We ready to go?
I am ready. I'm sorry I wasn't ready to start last week, but you know how it is. I had to get the new shoes and the right shirt, Under Armour outlet. I had to have the right equipment. But in this, I feel like I could run for 10 miles.
Well, let's go.
Carla, wait. Maybe having the right equipment isn't the answer.
You ready for this?
I think I am. I think I can handle it today. By the way, I forgot to tell you, I started a new diet. It's called the Cabbage Soup Diet. It's all you eat for 2 weeks, but you're guaranteed to lose 20 pounds. It's all I've had since we worked out yesterday.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea.
Oh, I'll be fine. Let's go. Hold up.
What's wrong?
I'm not feeling well. I don't know if that cabbage soup was a good idea. I think I'm going to be sick.
Tonight or tomorrow morning.
Hello?
Hey, you going for a jog today?
I think I'll just start on Monday. Have you ever felt that way before? I know I have. In fact, I've spent the last 15 years of my life wrestling with my self-image and just trying to tame that diet and weight loss beast within me. I know part of the problem was my source of information. I was going to magazines like these that would tell me I could find the #1 way to erase 8 pounds. Or I could erase every bulge in 20 minutes a day. Or how about this one? Get the body you want in just 15 minutes a day. Well, I would do what the magazine said for 15 minutes a day, but I never ended up with the body that I wanted, and I felt like a failure, and I allowed those failures to define me. It wasn't until I went to this book that I found the truth, and I was able to define beautiful for myself and finally slay that beast within. Another thing that helped me tremendously was to ask others, how would you define beautiful?
Beautiful to me is somebody's character. It's how they present themselves, how they treat other people. It's more coming from the inside. Really has nothing to do a whole lot with the outside at all. It's just how a person can make you feel. They can make you feel warm, they can make you feel cozy, and that is how I define somebody as being beautiful.
The most in-depth way to reflect about beauty, at least when we speak of people, is something that's intangible. It's not what we can look at physically, but instead what we observe that comes from the actions of people as a result of the character that they have, their character quality, the way that they look at life, the way that they think about life, which then affects the way that they act in life.
I immediately think of my grandmother, who she was beautiful on the outside, but she was always serving others, and she was just a quiet spirit. And when I think of other women who were beautiful to me, they were those kind of women that, you know, definitely took care of their bodies, because that's what we're supposed to do, but that beauty definitely comes from within, and when you serve others and are meek and quiet and confident in what you do.
You know, I think of a beautiful woman. I think of another verse in Scripture. It says, whatever is true, pure, noble, lovely, excellent, admirable, and worthy of praise, think on these things. Now, does a woman who's beautiful think on those things? I believe she does. And she fights like a warrior to preserve those things. And that's beautiful.
I would define beauty as, I think, a servant's heart. And the place I saw the biggest servant's heart was my mom. One of the instances was when my grandmother had a stroke, and she had just recently lost her sister, and my mom was caring for someone, my grandmother, who could not feed herself. She was laying in bed, she couldn't speak, she couldn't move around, and my mom would come into the room and show her a birthday gift and describe it to her and say how pretty she would look in it, and then my mom would have to care for my grandmother in ways that would be very difficult to me. And I was in college at the time, and I just said, Mom, how can you do this? How can you take care of your mother like this? And she looked at me and said that it was an honor and a privilege for her to care for her mother, and that was just the way, what she was going to do. It was who she was, and that, I think, is real beauty, is being able to serve in all circumstances, in the hard times too.
Were you surprised by those definitions? I mean, really, were you? Because if I had to be honest with myself, when I thought about the beautiful women in my life, it really had nothing to do with their dress size or their BMI. You know, Proverbs 31:30 tells us, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. And it was those women in my life who had a fear of the Lord and who loved Him that were truly beautiful to me. So are you ready to take this journey with me? Some days are going to be hard because we're going to look at our past and we're going to look at all those lies that we've been believing. We're also going to learn some tips on how to be healthier and how to be more fit. But most importantly, till this is over, you will redefine your beautiful. So why don't you come along with me? All you need is the book, a journal, some note cards, and a pen. So let's get started.
Don't you know that you're